Just voted no on this terrible continuing resolution written by right-wing Republicans in the House with no input from anybody but themselves. This bill moves our country toward authoritarianism by usurping Congress's constitutional responsibility to determine how federal funds are spent, and creates at the same time a slush fund for Elon Musk and Donald Trump to continue their war against the working families of our country. This bill puts more and more power into the hands of the White House. At a time when 60% of our people are living paycheck to paycheck and millions are struggling to keep their heads above water, this bill makes massive cuts to housing, health care, and nutrition, jeopardizes the functioning of the Social Security Administration, and continues the Trump administration's attack against veterans and the Veterans Administration. This bill will make the rich richer and the poor poorer. In order to pass this legislation, the Republicans needed 60 votes, which meant that they had to have 7 votes from Democrats, and they got them. Actually, they got 10 votes. That is sad. That is an absolute dereliction of duty on the part of the Democratic leadership. Nobody in this Senate should have voted for this dangerous bill. In America today, as all of you know, we face an unprecedented set of crises. We are moving rapidly toward an oligarchic form of society where Elon Musk and other billionaires are running the government. We are moving rapidly toward authoritarianism, where Trump is ignoring the Constitution and the separation of powers. We are moving rapidly toward a massive Republican bill, a reconciliation bill, that will cut Medicaid and other programs desperately needed by working families in order to provide the 1% with over $1 trillion in tax breaks. And in the midst of all of that, climate change, the existential threat to our planet, is completely ignored by the Republican leadership. So, where do we go from here? As you've heard me say many times, the economic and political crises facing our country will not be solved here in Washington, D.C. The system is just too corrupt. As a result of Citizens United, billionaires are able to spend unlimited sums of money buying and selling politicians, and that is what they do. Further, on any given day, thousands of corporate lobbyists roam the halls of Congress doing the bidding of their corporate masters. If there has ever been a time in the modern history of our country where ordinary people at the grassroots level have got to stand up and fight back, now is that time. Now is the time to reclaim our democracy. Now is the time to demand that we have an economy that works for all of us and not just the billionaire class. Now is the time for each and every one of us, as proud Americans, to get involved in the political process in any and every way that we can. Because here is the simple truth. The vast majority of the American people, Democrats, Republicans, and Independents, do not want to see us maintain a corrupt campaign finance system which allows billionaires to buy elections. The vast majority of Americans, Democrats, Republicans, and Independents, do not want to see Congress give tax breaks to billionaires and cut programs that low-income and working families need. The vast majority of Americans, Democrats, Republicans, and Independents, do not want to see a handful of billionaires running our government. The vast majority of Americans, Democrats, Republicans, and Independents, do not want to see us lose our democracy and move toward authoritarianism. The truth is, we can stop all of that. We can create a government that works for all of us and not just the few. But as evidenced today, it ain't going to happen here in Washington. It's going to happen out in your community, and in your community, and in your community. We are the majority. They are the 1%. The vast majority of the people are with us. They have the billionaires. Let us go forward together. Let us create the kind of nation you and I know that we can become. Thank you very much.